You know, it's fascinating how a narcissist operates. They have this almost magnetic ability to draw you in, to make you feel like you're the only one who truly understands them. It starts innocently enough, with a compliment here, a shared secret there. They'll lean in close and whisper their vulnerabilities, their fears, and suddenly you feel like you've been entrusted with something sacred. It's intoxicating, really. You think, wow, I must be special. I must be the one person who gets to see this side of him. And that's where it begins, this intricate dance of manipulation disguised as intimacy. They'll ask for your advice, and you, in your naivety, will feel like a trusted confidant, a wise sage. You'll offer your thoughts, and he'll nod, eyes wide with admiration, as if your words are the very essence of wisdom. You're so insightful, he'll say, and you'll bask in that praise, feeling your heart swell with a sense of purpose. You begin to believe that your thoughts matter, that you have a unique perspective that he values above all others. But the truth is, he's not seeking your wisdom. He's merely using it to bolster his own image, to create a façade that he's not just a self-absorbed individual, but someone who appreciates and respects others. As the days go by, he'll share more secrets, deeper layers of his so-called soul. You'll find yourself hanging on every word, convinced that this bond is real, that you're forging something meaningful. But with each secret he divulges, he's not just letting you in, he's tightening his grip on you. You become part of his narrative, a character in the story he's crafting, and the more you invest, the more he takes. It's a clever ploy, really. He knows that the more vulnerable he appears, the more protective you'll feel. You'll want to shield him from the world, to be there for him in ways others haven't been. You'll want to prove that you're worthy of his trust, and therein lies the trap. He'll shower you with sweet words, declarations that make your heart flutter, that ignite a fire within you. You're the only one who truly gets me, he'll say, and you'll feel as if you've been chosen for something sacred. Those words will seep into your soul, and you'll begin to open up, sharing your own hopes, dreams, and fears. But while you're pouring your heart out, he's quietly assessing, calculating how much of your emotional energy he can siphon off to fuel his own insatiable needs. You're not just a confidant, you're a reservoir, and he's the thirsty traveller, drinking deeply from your well. And then there's the subtle gaslighting. When you start to question his motives, when you dare to voice your concerns, he'll turn it around on you. You're overthinking things, he'll say, or you're being too sensitive. Just like that, the focus shifts, and suddenly you're the one who's flawed, the one who's making a mountain out of a molehill. It's a brilliant tactic, really. You'll find yourself second-guessing your instincts, doubting your perceptions, and that's precisely what he wants. He needs you to feel small, to feel uncertain, because in that space of confusion, he reigns supreme. As time goes on, you'll notice the patterns, the way he'll pull you close only to push you away, the way he'll shower you with affection one moment and then leave you in a state of emotional limbo the next. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to decipher his moods, trying to anticipate his needs. It's exhausting, and yet you'll convince yourself that it's worth it. You'll cling to those moments of warmth, those fleeting glimpses of the person you thought he was, and you'll ignore the warning signs, the red flags waving frantically in the background. You'll become his survivor fuel, the one who keeps him going, the one who fills his emotional tank. But what you won't realize is that he's draining you dry, siphoning off your energy, your joy, your very essence. You'll find yourself feeling depleted, as if you're running on fumes, but he'll be there, smiling, telling you how much he appreciates you, how lucky he is to have you in his life. And in those moments, you'll forget the emptiness, the exhaustion, because you'll be too busy basking in the glow of his approval, too busy trying to hold on to the illusion that you're special to him. And then, when you finally start to pull away, when you begin to reclaim your sense of self, he'll unleash the full force of his manipulation. He'll play the victim, spinning tales of how you've betrayed him, how you're the one who doesn't appreciate him. He'll twist the narrative until you're left questioning everything, wondering if you're the one who's in the wrong. It's a cruel game, one that leaves you feeling disoriented and lost, and yet you'll find yourself drawn back in, time and time again, because the fear of losing him feels far worse than the pain of staying. In the end, you'll realize that the trust you thought you had built was nothing more than a mirage, a carefully constructed illusion designed to keep you tethered to him. You'll see that the intimacy was a façade, a tool for control, and while it may have felt real in the moment, it was never about you. It was always about him, about feeding his ego and sustaining his need for validation. And as you begin to untangle yourself from his web, you'll understand that the true journey lies in reclaiming your power, in rediscovering your worth outside of his narrative. It's a long road, but one that leads to freedom. The freedom to be your authentic self, unencumbered by the chains of someone else's need for control.